Yo guys, welcome back, Grand Training Systems. Big thanks to the judo team that helped me with the Achilles tendonitis video, which was supposed to be this week, but we had a bit of a problem with the camera actually. So judo team, Simone, we got to do it again next week. I see you guys on Monday to rock that out. But today, we fast forward and we go into the importance of a front squat. So the Olympic lift where we've got the rack in the front position and we squat down into this movement, yeah? And the reason why we think, or I think it's so important for all athletes, so that's including tennis players, that's including the judo guys, that's including sprinters, that's including swimmers. And basically the reason we think this is what we always see is a back squat position in which we're always having the bar behind our back and we're moving into a squatted position like this, which is also obviously fantastic to build strength. But what I really enjoy about the front squat, I'm going to use, I think tennis is a perfect example because many of the tennis players and even sprinters, to get a few of the sports that I work with, don't really take advantage of the front squat exercise. But if you think about it, it's a very nice relationship between mobility within the thoracic back, because I have to be able to hold this position, within my arms because they have to be held up, but also strength not only pushing up, but also pushing forward. So if you're thinking about your tennis player that's standing on the baseline, ready to explode forward, if you think about your sprinter, ready to sprint forward, and any sport that you have, the back squat position is fantastic for strength. But the front squat not only focuses on keeping our mobility, but also a nice relationship between the strength of the body and the explosion that we want to go forward. Maintaining that balance to push up but not fall forward then translates onto the field or onto the court or into the pool, whatever. It's just complete forward power. So in the next video, what we're going to chat about a little bit is the importance of what we need to do that. Because what we're going to realize is the mobility in a back squat is much easier versus the front squat. From keeping the elbows up, from keeping the wrists not falling apart, and having this thoracic extension to be able to move into that so we don't collapse down into a broken position here. So I think that's one of the hidden secrets, again, of the front squat is when I have this conversation with many coaches, they're afraid to have their athletes do them because they're lacking the mobility to do it, so they prefer a back squat. And I think that's kind of the wrong answer for the wrong conversation. I think we should say, okay, well if they're athletes and they're not able to do the position because the mobility is missing, let's regain that mobility back so they can do it, because I think the rewards of practicing something that A, will keep the mobility there, and B, has a fantastic relationship of strength in this position, but also a forward explosion is extremely important. And while sports like rugby and American football and ice hockey are taking advantage of this, I think sports like soccer, sports like tennis, swimming, sprinting in many cases, this is a fantastic opportunity to kind of get that secret power and that explosion that others won't have because A, they don't have the mobility, B, they're afraid to do it because they think it's going to injure them, and C, it's again focusing on this forward explosion that nobody else has. So don't be afraid of it. Just realize that you don't have the mobility, watch the second video, get it, and then when you have it, take advantage of this and get that power in your game that most likely your opponent won't have. So, next video, how we can make this better and get into a better position. Alright guys, cool. Next video coming right now. Peace.